How's it going, YouTube? Sick Eric back again with another video, and today we're going to be going over the gesture navigation and the navigation buttons for Samsung devices and OnePlus. We're going to be comparing the two functionalities of your gestures and your navigation buttons at the bottom that are for Samsung and for OnePlus. Now keep in mind this is the Note 9. It should be the same across every other Samsung device, the S10, Note 8, Note 10, etc. Same thing goes for OnePlus. Everything should be the same for OnePlus 7, 6, or an 8 Pro. Like I said, everything is going to be stock. Now you can download extra stuff for the Samsung to give you more functionality of your nav bar using the Good Lock app that you can get on Samsung. And you can download Navstar, which will also give you more functionality of your nav bar. And you could also download an app called One Hand Operation, which will give you some more options as far as swiping in from the sides using gestures. But we're going to leave that out of it because we are talking about stock features that come on your device. You don't have to download anything, and we're going to be comparing which device has better features as far as your navigation bar and your gesture. So let's go ahead and jump down into it. Now, first of all, we have our buttons on the screen right here. See OnePlus, they are a little bit more in and more close together, while Samsung, they are a little bit more spread apart. Now let's go ahead and go into the settings, and we're going to go into buttons and gestures for the OnePlus, and navigation bar and gestures over here on Samsung. We're going to go into display, and we're going to go into navigation bar. So here are the settings, the basic settings for each device. Samsung on over here on the left, and then OnePlus over here. Now for your buttons on the OnePlus device, you do have options to customize the navigation bar buttons. You can swap them back and forth on the bottom. As you can see, the recents and the back button do swap back and forth, so that's really cool. And you do also have the option to do that on the Samsung device. You could swap them back and forth, which is really nice too if you want your back button over here on the right instead of being on the left. Now on the OnePlus, you do have more options for these buttons when you long press and when you double tap. So right now for the home button, you can do double tap action for all of these different settings right here, which is really cool. So I have it set for screen off. So if I double tap the home screen, it'll turn my phone off. So that's really nice. If I long press, it'll do Google Assistant right there. For the recents button, I have long press to show menu. So if I'm at home, I long press recents, it'll give me a little drop down, little pop-up menu right here, which is really cool. And then you also have your different options for, let's go ahead and go back over here, for the double tap for the recents, and then you have the same thing for the back button to double tap. So if I long press back button, it'll bring my notification shade down. If I long press it again, it'll take it away. So you do have more customization over here on the OnePlus, so that's really nice. Samsung, you really don't have much options stock wise to mess with these buttons at the bottom. You do have options to unlock with your home screen. So if you press your home button, it does have that sensitive pressure sensing for the OnePlus, for the Samsung, because this is the Note 9. The S9 also had that pressure sensitive home button as well. But other than that, you really don't have much options for your buttons on the Samsung unless you download Good Lock. So now we're going to go ahead and go into your gestures. So we're going to activate gestures on both of these. So go ahead and go into gestures on this one and on here. Now everybody knows your gestures on typical Android devices. So we're going to go ahead and go into full. So Android 10 does have different options. So you can swipe up, you know, everybody knows that. If you go into your gallery, you can swipe back from the sides to go back. If you swipe up and hold, that brings up your recents menu. Swipe up and hold, recents, and everybody knows that. If you want Google Assistant, you just swipe on over to the corner, and then it'll bring you Google Assistant for you if you swipe in from the corner. So that's really cool for your basic navigation gestures for OnePlus and Samsung. So you do have different options. They both are pretty much the same. Over here on the Samsung device though, you do have more options for the gestures. You do swipe up, which is, this is the Samsung's old gestures. So this will give you 3 bars at the bottom So if you swipe up over here, it'll bring up your back button. If you swipe over here, it'll give up your recents, and then you swipe in the middle, it'll take you home. You do not have to swipe in from the sides with Samsung's older gestures. Now this was one of Samsung's first attempts at doing their gestures on their phones before Android 10 came out. So you do have two different types of gestures on the Samsung. It just depends on which do you prefer. Let's go ahead and go back into more options, and then we're going to do the typical Android 10 gestures. Now you do have back gesture sensitivity. You could lower that or heighten it, make it higher if you want. You do not have that option for the OnePlus navigation gestures, so keep that in mind. But as far as buttons go, you do get more options over here on the OnePlus to customize your buttons and to make them do different things. So that is really cool. So like I said, typical Android 10 stuff you have on both of these. Samsung, you can get more customization if you download Good Lock and different applications. OnePlus, you don't have to download anything to get those features for your nav bar. And that is pretty much what I'm trying to do today, is stock features as far as navigation gestures and your navigation bar goes, comparing Samsung and OnePlus. So pretty simple video. I just wanted to compare the two options and the two settings for these two different types of devices. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to stay safe out there. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Thumbs down if you didn't enjoy this video. That is quite alright. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.